So welcome to Dinner with Friends. Meet, greet, create, enjoy.
Balls, Tony Dancer, full house, a bunch of dancers. Virgos, Scorpios, and a couple cancers. I'm living nigga, is you listening at the answer? Get money, youngins, if you hustling, it's the anthem. Keep your profile low, stand aside at the tandem. You know my life, make them ride, make them ride.
Ladies, how we doing?
Good.
How was dinner?
It was great.
How was the conversation?
Wonderful.
Y'all ready for dessert?
Sure. Yes.
All right, so in front of you, we had a combination of a few things. One of the things we did, we took some mango sorbet and our passion fruit sorbet, and we topped it with crystallized ginger and mint. Underneath the green swipe that you see is a lemongrass mint sugar that we made the swipe with, and we did a brownie with caramel cream. And then the 3 dots in front of you is a passion fruit mixed with Absolute Elix vodka. So we put that together for you.
Now
Hope you
where's
enjoy
the
something
vodka?
fresh and mint. What you saying?
It's the dots, the yellow dots.
It's the yellow dots. The yellow dots. Yeah. You going straight for the alcohol, really?
No, I don't drink.
Oh, well,
I'll take it.
Yeah, good. So I hope y'all enjoy. Eat up and let me know how you feel about the dessert.
Word.
Thank you.
Thank
My
you.
pleasure.
Let's talk about the last thing. In relation to roles and stereotypes, so far as women being in charge and being bosses, do you still feel like women are looked at as nurturers? Because everybody here at this table, some of you have children, some of you don't, pretty much in charge. When you go to work, you pretty much have somebody that you can tell what to do. You know, there's already that stigma that not just women, but black women are, angry, or, could you be the person going to work while dad stayed home and still be able to come home and be that person at home?
Oh, I'm gonna skip that one.
Well, you asked for it, so you can't skip it.
Let me say this. One, I believe that when I got married, and I'm not even 2 years, I looked forward to getting married. Because as much as I am my own boss, I didn't want to make the decisions at home.
Right.
So I am very much okay with being submissive in the true sense of the word submissive,
Right.
not in this redefined definitions of submissive. My husband and I discuss everything. We discuss it, we seek each other's opinion. He can make a decision. He knows where I stand. He's not gonna make a decision without discussing it with me. But I am so happy for him to make a decision because I do it all day, every day at work. It's a relief for that burden not to have to be on me. And I don't believe in punking my man in public, but he's not gonna punk me in public either. It's a very equally respected relationship. So I don't think that they're mutually exclusive. I think you can be a boss at home and still have a very nice run, household without it being an issue. My husband has never felt as if he's less than a man. Now, with that being said, my husband works 6 days a week. For me personally, my husband has to work whether he works at home or he goes to work out. That's just me. But he has to work. I'm not taking care of me. Now, whether who makes more money or not, that's just between the two of us, but he must work. So, but aside of that, I am perfectly okay with nurturing. I'm perfectly okay with fixing a plate.
Right.
I am perfectly okay with cleaning a home, cleaning the house if he's cutting the grass. I'm okay with gender roles, and
Right.
people really think they have a problem with that. I'm okay with gender roles. I'm perfectly okay with that. But we discussed this. When I kept my name for business, I took my husband's name personally. Professionally, I still use my maiden name.
Right.
We discussed it before we got married. He understood. I've been doing this for 16 years before.
Right.
Most people still refer to me as you Wanda Carter.
Right.
He's not offended. We discussed it. He's okay with it. Everything else, I'm you Wanda Carter Scott or you Wanda Scott. It works for us, and I think that it doesn't make a difference.
So he could say, get in there and fry me some of that.
My
He could
husband would never say that. But I wouldn't have married a man who would have said that either. So that's like,
Yeah, I think that, again, definition. So what do you mean by nurturing? Like, I'm very nurturing with my children, and I agree with everything she said. I believe in gender roles in a relationship.
Right.
I can be completely submissive in a relationship. We will stand outside and faint before I open the door.
yes.
So we won't go inside until you open it.
Right.
Like, so we would just be.
Right, absolutely.
And I will get up and fry you some chicken as long as you say, baby, I'm hungry.
Right.
Like, you got to learn how to talk to me.
All right.
So, in the same way, when I say, baby, I want to go to Europe, say.
chicken in Europe.
Yes.
Come on now.
They're equal.
Very quick.
Have you ever fried chicken?
Yeah, I have, actually.
But I do think that I really feel like the stereotype these days is that black women are so angry.
Right.
Like there are a lot of women, black women, but people are angry right now. I don't know why we are the only ones being tagged with this. Like, you know, most women I know, black women I know, are pretty happy. Like, and we all have been through challenges. We all have overcome. We have all survived. And that is why I say most of us that I know are really happy to still be here. We're happy to have survived, to still be standing and looking quite good while doing it. So I think the family piece of it has always been the driver. So sometimes people look at us because, like you said, your mom was harder on you. I find myself doing that, but I've tried to adjust myself. I have a 9-year-old son and a 10-year-old daughter. We just expect so much of our girls. And I have tried to adjust myself to have those same expectations of my son because he needs to be just as prepared and just as tough and just as determined as we are. But we make that mistake. So I think that for women, no matter what color you are, our family drives us. It defines us. And it gives us purpose a lot of times in life, whether it's children, your mother, your father, your sister. Like, we are very, very communal. Women are. Men are, and this, I mean this in no disrespect, you all are very selfish. You can only do one thing at a time. So if you are focused on being successful, generally that's what gets your attention. Women, we don't have that luxury. We have to be successful at being so many things at one time. And I think we're actually pretty great at it. But I just wish that people would stop saying that we're mad or bitter or upset. We're not. Like, we're focused. And you know, a lot of times when I'm in the middle of something, I'm focused, I can't really be that nice to you. Not being nice doesn't mean I'm mad.
It sounds mad. So, Jazz, same with you. Do you think, you know, going every day, you turning wrenches, can you still be with somebody and be nurturing? Because men need it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It takes a special type of man to put up with me. And I'm just being honest with you because of the way that I was brought up. My mother was very strong. And like I said before, I had to be. So if he doesn't understand, you know, what I'm about, like, we just not gonna get along. Like, I mean, cause my mother ended up marrying a man who's like really laid back. You know, and it's not that he's a pushover. He wears the pants obviously, but just for the sake of arguing, he'll let her have it. So, you know, with me, I mean, I grew up around that, so. You know,
you feel like you should have it.
There's a whole psychology to it, and it's just basically, there's this book called The Alpha Woman Meets Her Match, and basically what it says is that, like, alpha women, the best match is like a strong beta. So like two alphas typically don't really work, but we have been conditioned by society of like, oh, that's soft or that's whatever, but it's like, that's the man you need. The man that's like, you right, and let me bring you some flowers and I cook dinner. Like, for a strong alpha, that might be. And
let me tell you, and when I am paired with someone like that, there's nothing I will not do for him.
Absolutely.
But
I think that the challenge should be met with other men. Like, if you're a man, I don't want to go back and forth with the woman. I don't, like, all right, cool. You got it.
Don't go.
Just
do.
Just do.
It's for your own business. We're never wrong.
My Spanish teacher, when I was in high school, my Spanish teacher told me, he said, you know, when you get married, he says, one day your wife is going to say, that's a beautiful lavender car. And you're going to be like, that ain't lavender, that's red. He'll say, no, it's lavender.
Saying
just shut
Spanish.
up. Yeah, right.
It was your Spanish teacher.
Right. No, man, like, don't argue with her. Just let her have it.
It's kinda silly how I do it, bro. Feel me? Tough as Brillo, but it's beautiful. If you was
What would you tell other women who want to perhaps pursue their career as a mechanic?
no funeral, a little polo, Supreme and Uniqlo.
How do you balance everything to make sure that all the hats are juggling and everything is going right and you're still able to do for yourself in the meantime?
These so bossy, you already know how Brooklyn girls come across. Coach kicks lip gloss.
Because right now, people of color still, kind of mix in the same circles. And then you have the other folks that mix in the same circles, and I'm hoping that we can be more inclusive, on all fronts. A quote that I live by: don't let people that don't matter too much matter too much. And that just helps me every day of my life, from my personal life to my professional life, and I just really don't sweat the small stuff anymore. And I just tell myself that throughout the day.